Facebook Live, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. As you're tuning in, I'd love to know, number one, where you're tuning in from. Number two, I'd love to know three things you're grateful for out there in Facebook land. Let me grab my phone and make sure this is working. Usually it is. Uh-oh, I don't see us on there. Let's see. Oh, I see people tuning in. So as you're tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Love to know. Madeline, what's up? Carla, what's up? Welcome. Josh, good to see you, sir. Tim Rupel, nice to see you. Anna, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, there we go. We're on. Haha. Let's see. Let me share this a couple places. Invite some of our other friends to come and join. So as you're tuning in, as always, would love to know, yo, what's up, Jaden? Timothy, nice to see you. I think it's Nadab. Nadab. What's up, dude? Alice, nice to see you. Stuart, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, as you're tuning in, love to know three things you're grateful for. But first, number one, where you're tuning in from. Number two, three things you're grateful for out there in Facebook land today. We are talking about simple conversation, how to get bigger and better results by doing less. And I'll explain that in a minute. But my belief is when working with lots of people, Keenan, what's up, dude? Philadelphia. Tim, great post lately. Thanks, man. Alice from Naples, Florida, welcome as always. And so this concept is I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of stuff, meaning they're working over here and they're working over here and they're working on this project, they're working on that project, and they're running around constantly trying to do a million things in a million directions. And what's wild is a lot of times you can get bigger results and better results if you can train yourself to do a little bit less, but more of the right things. So today we're going to chat briefly. I have yoga coming up with my wife, which I'm excited about. But we're going to chat briefly about how do you identify what are the right things to focus on that really get you phenomenal ROI on the time and investment that you're putting in. But let's see. Let's go back to everyone who's chiming in. Anna from Chicago, welcome. Let's see. Tim, somewhere between West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale, about to hop on the highway. Grateful for weather, crypto, and mostly my family. I thought I said most of my family. Stuart from Fort Lee, Virginia. Nice to see you, sir. Welcome. Madeline, grateful for the love of my life, my son, and a new house. Very cool. Fam from London, what's up? Nadab, upstate New York, grateful for mentorship, opportunity, and family. Very nice. Keenan, Philadelphia, grateful for life, family, and to be an American. Very cool. Now, the reason I asked that question is to train your brain to hunt around you for what's right with your life instead of what's wrong with your life. If you turn on the news, if you pay attention to everything that's going on around us, so often it's easy to get trapped in what's wrong with the world, what's not going right, what's painful, what's ugly, what's hurting, what's frustrating. And so why not take time to train your brain to hunt for what's right with your life, what you love about your life, what you appreciate about your life, and to really, truly bring that to the surface and keep that in the forefront of your mind. The analogy I always use for people is if you took a soda can and we cracked that thing open, we poured half it out, and we gave it to a small child could easily dent that can, if not crush that can completely. And what's wild is if you take that same can, my 2 cents is first empty it out. No one likes day old soda or thoughts or emotions or stuff that's just randomly floating around in there. So first, empty it out. Second, flood it. Fill it all the way up with the best of what you have, what you're grateful for, what you're excited about, what you're passionate about, what you're determined and working on and focused on, what your 20-year vision for your life looks like, what your 10-year vision, 5-year vision, the goals, the desires, the dreams, your definite purpose statement or definite statement of purpose, according to Napoleon Hill. But you flood that can with all the greatest of what you have. You then pressure seal it. You hand it back to that child, and that child is at that point going to have a very difficult time denting it, if not impossible time crushing it with his bare hands, because it's literally pressurized and pushing out all the goodness from within to take on all the pressure that the world puts on it. Now, if you want to know how that relates to you and your life, so often we wake up in the morning and we're half awake. We have some thoughts left over from yesterday. We're not really locked into what we're doing, and we get up in the morning. We have not flooded our nervous system with good thoughts. We have not flooded our mind or body with greatness, and we just kind of wander out into the world. One little tiny thing goes wrong and collapse. We're crushed for the day, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or business-wise, whatever it is you're focused on. At the same time, if you were to take time each morning to flood your mind, first empty out all the excess stuff that's left over. So meditate is the best way to clear the slate. Tabula rasa, clear out any chaos or stuff that's been left over from the day before. Empty it all out, clean it up. From that point, choose to flood your mind with what you're grateful for, what you're excited about, your 10-year vision, your 20-year vision for your life, your 5-year vision for your life, your 1-year goals, your definite statement of purpose of what you will achieve in the next 30 days. From there, you're flooded, you're fired up, you're excited. Now, do something to pressure seal, to push out all the energy so that you can take on the pressures of life. That could be something like working out, going for a run, doing some yoga, meditating. Again, I don't know why you meditate after you do all that, but you could. You could go to the gym, lift some weights, and do something to get your physical body built up to the point that you are ready to take on whatever life throws your way. And that combination, now life can throw a curveball at you and you can take it. You can walk right through that with ease because you've built the natural pressure pushing out and not allowing it to push and crush you, if that makes sense. So the reason I always ask, what are you grateful for, is to help and assist you in training your brain to hunt around in your world and figure out what's good in your world to help you pressurize against the natural pressures and tensions and stresses that life will throw your way. So hopefully that's useful. Now, what's interesting today is I'd love to take a poll, either by little hands up symbols or me too, or yes, that's happened to me. How many of you in the comment section have ever been in a point where you get fired up? Like you are ready to grow your business. You're ready to get healthier than you've ever been. You're ready to do something at the 10x capacity, meaning do 10x more than you've ever done in your life. And the way that you go about doing it is you write down this incredible plan of action. It's got tons of stuff on it. And so you sit down, you get fired up, you have this incredible plan of action that you're going after, and you do 10 times the actions. You're waking up early, you're working out in the morning, you're sneaking in an afternoon workout, you're eating 12 meals a day. Not only that, you're journaling, you're Facebooking about it, you're Instagram living about your new workout plan. You're doing everything in every direction. And it lasts for about 3 days. How many of you have ever done this? How many of you ever got so fired up? And I mean, you were on fire. You were passionate. You were excited. You were determined. And you got all yoked up and excited. And about 3 days later or 3 weeks later, you're sitting down going, what the heck happened? I mean, man, I was fired up about that. I have a plan on paper. It's a great plan. I had accountability partners. I had people around me. You know, I the whole thing. What the heck happened? Now I'm seeing people. I got thumbs up, hands up, fingers up. Brent, what's up, dude? Welcome. Truth for sure. Yep. Got one of those too. So I'm guessing it's not just me that's done this. And what's happening is we're doing a lot of things, which is good because you're gaining momentum. You're getting excited. The challenge is, if you go back and listen to what we talked about on the Facebook Live yesterday, what you want to look at in all activities is, can you do the job? Do you have the skill set and get it done? Meaning, if you're in sales, are you good at sales? People? Do you like talking to people and communicating with them? That would be a precursor for probably being good at sales. You need to somehow like communicating with people. If you move forward, let's see. If can you do the job? Second, are you willing to do the job? So here's what's fun. Sometimes you can do what it takes to absolutely transform your health and fitness or transform your business. Second, at times you're willing to do what it takes. You're so fired up that you're going to make 100 calls a day. You're going to knock on 50 doors a day. You're going to go out there and make it happen. And so you take all this crazy action in all different directions. You put it all on the line. Now, what's wild is what you're going to come back to is what's your nature? What's your natural center of gravity? Meaning, what do you do? The video is choppy. Let me see if anything else is on the Wi-Fi. Let me text my wife real quick. Maybe she's streaming something awesome. Okay, hopefully the video gets better. Cannot see you, video really choppy. Anyone else? I'll see if we can fix that. Not sure what else is pulling on the Wi-Fi here. We will see if we can fix it. Better. Perfect. Okay, we're back. Perfect. Fixed. All right, welcome back. So here's the concept. You're doing all these things in all directions, and 3 things we want to pay attention to that we talked about in the last Facebook Live. If you weren't here, go back and watch it. Number 1, can you do the job? Number 2, will you do the job? Are you willing to make the trade, the time, effort, energy, resources? Are you willing to trade that for the result you want? And 3, is it your nature to do the things, the tasks that it takes to actually get the result? Is it natural for you to do these things? Because one challenge that people face is they sign up for something, and in the beginning, they're willing and able to do it, but it's not their nature. So they can go so long, and then they go back to what's natural. Now, there's 2 ways to handle this, which we talked about yesterday. The first way is to eliminate the things that are not your nature and stick to your greatest strengths. That way, when you plan out where you're going, you can nail it down and say, hey, which one of the paths to get there aligns with my greatest strengths? I'm going to take that path because that path will allow me to be consistent with what I'm trying to do, if that makes sense. The other way to do it is to say, hey, I'm going to gain a new skill. I'm going to learn how to become consistent at this. I'm going to learn how to build the muscle and become proficient at this new skill so that it becomes natural and easy and effortless for me, if that makes sense. And so in looking at the things that you need to do or you want to do, the big goals, the mission, the vision, growing the business, transforming your health, transforming your relationship, whatever it is, whatever you're focused on, you really want to ask, can you do the job? Will you do the job? And then third, is your nature aligned with the daily rhythmic tasks it takes to actually get the job done? If it is, high five yourself, go get it done. If it's not, then say, hey, I'm going to give myself a little bit more time to get this task done, because in the beginning, way back over here in the beginning of this timeline, so right over here in the beginning part, I'm going to have to first educate myself on what to do and how to do it. Then in the rest of the journey, I'm going to get to do it every day to get the result, if that makes sense. So you build in the education piece to learn and practice and hone a new skill, and then take the journey to get the results you want. Now, here's what's fascinating. Every couple years, my wife and I sit down and we look at all the projects we're working on, because we've got a lot of stuff. We have a handful of different blogs. We have a handful of different training programs. We have our live coaching clients that I take on personally. She has her coaching clients she takes on personally. We have our speaking events, our training events. We have our workshops we run for different companies around the world. And so with all this stuff going on, inevitably we sit down and we look at everything going on and we say, wait a minute, where is the best use and investment of our time? Meaning, if our outcome is to reach as many people as possible and we want to do it as intelligently as humanly possible, and which of the stuff. And hopefully I'm back. Which of these projects do we need to eliminate and get rid of? And so each year, and this is something, if you want bigger and better results by doing less, I can tell you from experience multiple times, we sit down and we say, okay, here's all the stuff we're doing. Which ones, if eliminated, would allow us to literally get twice the results we're getting right now, reach twice the amount of people, make twice the amount of revenue, make twice the amount of profit, depending on what you're focused on. But which one, if eliminated, would allow us to 2x our entire business? Then you got to kind of comb through and say, okay, which one, if eliminated, will allow us to 3x our business? Which ones, if eliminated, will allow us to 5x or 10x our business? Now, what's wild is as you start eliminating things, and you don't make decisions yet, you just kind of rearrange the puzzle and say, hey, if I took this one off, what would life look like? Okay, if I take this one off, what would life look like? And as you start to take stuff on and off the planning board, you start to see how life would be different if you reorganized. Now, what's interesting, you can do the same thing with your fitness plan. And a lot of times what happens is if you can narrow it down, let's say 80-20, if you can narrow it down to the 20% of actions that get you 80% of the results and only focus on those, if possible, only focus on those, all of a sudden you can eliminate 80% of all the stuff you have to do every day, yet still get, with 20% of the action, get 80% of the result you're still getting. Then, instead of going and trying to fill 80% of your time with a bunch of other stuff, find another project that, with a very small amount of time, effort, and energy, allows you to get massive reach and results and make the difference or impact or money or whatever it is you're looking for. And does this make sense? I'll throw it over to the comment section real quick. Is this making sense? It's a refining process where every so often you sit down and you say, hey, is there anything I'm doing that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of resources that could be replaced or eliminated that would allow me to focus on something else that takes less time, less resources, less energy, but gets more or bigger and better results? And it's a great refining process to think through, probably at least twice a year, because at least once a year at bare minimum, but twice a year would save you a ton of time. And so, real quick, if you're thinking through this yourself, I would love you to take whatever you're focused on, your business, your relationship, your health, whatever it is you're really focused on magnifying and expanding and growing in right now. And I'd love you to say, is there anything you're doing that takes a ton of resources, but only gives a little bit of the result you really want? And could you eliminate it? And what would life look like then? Now, I'm curious, if anyone did that on the top of their head, what would your life feel like if you were able to get rid of the thing that's causing the headache and only focus on the thing that gets maximum ROI for you? How would life feel if you were able to do that? Now, as I'm waiting for the comments, we got a few more minutes left here. As I'm waiting for the comments, I'll tell you from experience. We've done this year after year after year. And what's wild is right now we are reaching more people than we've ever gotten to ever before in the history of our business. We're making a bigger difference, meaning we're seeing consistent results come in from our clients of them writing us and saying, hey, here's what happened in my life. Here's what happened or an impact or a positive result happening in their life and business. And we're earning more revenue than we've ever earned, and we're making more profit than we've ever earned by using this refinement process each half-year process, just combing through. What do we need to eliminate? What do we need to stay laser focused on? Now, one thing that you'll find is sometimes our brain likes to mess with us and be like, but it's boring to do the same thing over and over again. But that's why you want to pick the stuff you can do, you're willing to do, which means it's not boring, you love it, and it's your nature. You'll do it naturally every day. You love to do it. You're passionate about doing it. That's why you want to pick the things that really match those three sides there. And so that's the concept that you're thinking about. Some questions from Keith. We got some great Keith questions today. Let's see. And you can take this, and I'll show you how to reword this. He's talking about business, but he says, why isn't my business more profitable on the amount of sales I'm currently producing? Another way to say that in your health and fitness, why am I not getting a better result in the shape or the intensity or the strength or the endurance of my body based on the investment of workouts I'm currently doing? So why am I not getting more ROI for what I'm putting in? I'd be careful in relationships. Do not use this question there. But you can use this question in your fitness and health. You can use it in your finances. You can use it in your business. You can use it in all kinds of areas of your life. Based on the investment that you're putting in of time, effort, energy, and resources, why are you not seeing a better result? Big question. Next up, where is the investment you are making excessive for the returns you're achieving? Same thing in the gym. Where is the amount of effort, time, energy, all the resources you're investing into your mind and body and shaping and strengthening and building your endurance? Where is your investment excessive based on the return you're getting? Meaning if you look back and step back, you're like, wow, honestly, if I was more effective or efficient in how I went about this, I should be getting a way better return for the time and effort I put in the gym. Sometimes that's just practicing presence. It's leaving your cell phone in the locker or in the car or hidden somewhere so you can't find it, and being 100% focused and timing out. You know, hit the set of weights, 30-second break, count it out, hit the set of weights, 30-second break. You can crush a workout that sometimes you're investing an hour, you could do it in 20 minutes, and you could be out of there and have more time to invest with your family or children or something else that you're doing. So where is the investment you're making excessive for the returns you're getting? Same thing in your business. You know, where are you putting in so much time, so much effort, so much energy, and it's like, wow, this is a really excessive investment in return for what I'm getting back. I need to figure out a better way to approach this. You know, knowing what you know now, if you could start with a blank piece of paper, what would you do differently about what it is you're working on? You know, if you're working on your body, you're working on your business, if you had a chance to start over from scratch with a blank piece of paper and rewrite how you would go about doing it, what would you do differently than what you're doing now? So these are thinking questions. I'd love you to take some time, write up the answers, toss them in the comment section, and not just for me to read them, I love reading them, but for everyone else to learn from each other and say, wow, shit, I could use that, or oh, wow, I didn't think of that. That makes sense. So please help and support the community here. I've got to run for yoga, but if you found this valuable, please click the share button and help us reach some more people here. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope this was some useful conversation for you. I will see you all tomorrow, and wish me luck. I'm going to go hit some hot yoga. Bye.